Next from the news station, one last run for a wanted man on the run for years.
Police chase. A thief doesn't even bother putting on the brakes.
Hero dog coming between a poisonous snake and two young children.
And Dock and Shop, the new Publix with boat parking.
Your news is next.
Next at 5, a student threatens to shoot up a class, but the school didn't call the cops. Fox 35 investigating why a parent had to call for help.
A hit and run. One man left for dead. A hero witness helping troopers crack the case fast.
It felt like something like stabbing into you.
A teen surfer bitten by a shark. His mom rushing to get him out of the water.
Old shipping containers bringing new hope to the Bahamas.
Crosswalk art, the key to pedestrian safety.
And taking a boat ride to the grocery store.
I'm Luann Sorrell.
I'm Charles Belay. The news starts now.
Live from the news station, Fox 35 News at 5 starts now.
School threats happen weekly, sometimes online, sometimes inside the school. People told if they see something, say something. And one teacher did at this school, but the bosses didn't call police for help. Tonight, a Fox 35 investigation. That student eventually arrested.
But cops did not learn about this from the school. The news station's Vicki Carr is live tonight with the latest. Vicki.
Well, Charles and Luann, still a lot of questions about how this threat was handled, but parents at this school telling us that they just want answers.
A student in Brevard County also arrested for threatening a school. Deputies say the student posted this picture on social media. It shows him holding a gun. He's accused of making threats against Edgewood Junior Senior High School. Another student saw the threat and called the sheriff's office.
Another hit and run. This time, the victim was run over and left in the street to die. A witness, the key to cracking the case.
I don't need the credit for it. It's just everyone has to do the right thing.
But what he did helped troopers arrest the killer in just 30 minutes.
That witness talking to the news station.
The news station's Holly Bristow is live tonight. Holly?
Well, tonight, the witness tells me he likes to teach his kids how to do the right thing by leading by example, especially when it comes to helping people. Tonight, that witness tells me that he's glad that he was able to help a man who could no longer help himself and investigators.
Holly, thank you. A FedEx truck driver is dead after a severe collision. It happened on Snow Hill Road in eastern Seminole County. Troopers say the driver of a pickup crossed into the other lane, hitting the FedEx truck head on. The driver of the pickup is in critical condition.
A Brevard County couple is accused of trying to kill their baby. Stephanie Hylard and Dexter Williams are charged with attempted murder. Cops say they took their 2-month-old baby girl to the hospital for broken ribs and seizures. The report says the parents used makeup to cover up bruises.
Also tonight, a hearing related to impeachment talks happening today on Capitol Hill. News station anchor Stephen Houck live in studio tonight. Stephen.
Yeah, Charles, the acting director of the National Intelligence, Joseph McGuire, testifying in the wake of that controversial whistleblower complaint alleging misconduct by President Trump. And things got feisty. Now, after that hearing in the House, McGuire had a private closed-door meeting with the Senate Intelligence Committee. Live in studio, Stephen Houck, Fox 35 News.
Stephen, thank you. We are still tracking 2 storms in the tropics. Let's check in with the chief meteorologist, Glenn Richards.
That's right. Lorenzo right now, hurricane, a major hurricane. It's up to a Category 4. Look at that. Went from a 2 to a 3 and now a 4 late this afternoon. But the good news, it is eventually working its way more and more to the north. Here's a forecast track with Lorenzo going to the north and northeast. So again, that will not be a bother for us at all. Tropical storm Karen, the winds right now forecast to get much, much weaker. So again, there's Lorenzo again moving north and then eventually northeast, weakening over time. And again, Karen right now a little bit farther up to the north up here. You can see it here on the visible very nicely, and that the center is spinning here and all the storms are over there. So it is definitely falling apart, and that is good news. Here's the brand new forecast from the Hurricane Center predicting that by Saturday, this will turn into what we call a remnant low. So right now the winds are 40. They go down to 35, then 30, then basically falls apart as we get into Sunday and Monday, as we have been talking about for many days. Right now 89 degrees, looking good. Beautiful weather on tap as we get into the weekend. Much more on that weekend outlook coming up.
Glenn, thank you.
Surfers and sharks, not a good match.
It felt like something like stabbing into you.
A teenager bitten in the water.
And then it let go, and then it grabbed me again.
Not once, but twice. Tonight, news station coverage of sharks versus surfers.
It is the first shark bite of the year on the Space Coast.
Let's get out to the news station's Mike Magnoli. He is live with more. Mike.
All right, Luann and Charles, it sounds crazy to us, but surfers accept that this is always a possibility when they go out there. The mother in this story, though, describes this as a terrifying, traumatic experience, a toe-counting experience at that.
That is great news. Mike, thank you. The news station just getting started. Shipping containers used to help the Bahamas.
But first, inmates have to get them ready. See what they're going to be used for.
Plus, the hero dog that died protecting his family.
And the new art project that can save lives.
Twice in 1 week.
It's concerning as a parent.
A school bus stop too close to train tracks.
That's crazy. It's not safe.
That's when the news station started asking questions.
He just kept going.
Now both drivers are off the road.
Trains cannot come to a stop on a dime.
Just one station gets you answers. Fox 35, the news station.
Fox 35 News app is driven by Toyota of Orlando and Toyota of Claremont.
Fox 35 tracking the tropics. Brought to you in part by Publix.
All right, good evening. We are tracking the tropics for this evening and looking pretty good. Again, Lorenzo's a big system, but it is expected to do a complete recurvature. And Karen right now weak and getting weaker, will be falling apart. Much more on Karen and what it really means for us this weekend.
You're watching Fox 35 News at 5 with Charles Belay, Luann Sorrell, and Chief Meteorologist Glenn Richards.
Central Florida finding new ways to help the Bahamas. Nearly a month after Hurricane Dorian devastated the islands. Right now, local inmates are fixing up shipping crates.
I get to show not just my family and friends that I'm willing to change my life.
Not to fill them with supplies, but to give aid workers a place to sleep.
Those shipping containers transformed into temporary housing.
The news station's Matt Trezza reports.
Now, your Fox 35 Weather Authority with Chief Meteorologist Glenn Richards.
That is hard work. All right, good job. It looks like for us, we are working pretty good at keeping all the action out of the tropics away from us in Central Florida, and I definitely do believe we're going to do that. Radar right now currently is rain-free. Our breeze is currently coming in mainly out of the east and southeast, has really eased up. 88 degrees right now in Daytona, 90 in Titusville, 85 in Melbourne. So temperatures are running a little bit hot for this time of the year, but hey, we'll take it. Geico Weather Cam live right now on top of the Hyatt over in I-Drive, 89 degrees. Again, a beautiful day with a calm wind right now up and down I-Drive. So dry weather into the weekend, humidity on the rise with a little bit in the way of extra cloud cover each day. And again, a few daily showers are possible for next week, but it's not going to be much. We'll still have a whole bunch of sunshine next week. Here are your lows for tonight. About the same as last night, maybe just a degree or two warmer, getting down to about 72 to 74 in most spots. And once again, clear skies. Beautiful weather tomorrow up to 91. Saturday's high 90. Then we'll throw in that slight chance for showers. Charles and Luann starting Sunday.
Thank you, Glenn. World headlines fast. Time for 35 on 35.
We begin in France. An inferno at a factory. Flames and smoke billowing into the air. No injuries reported. Indonesia, panic in the streets following an earthquake. Numerous buildings damaged, several burning. South Carolina, a convertible crashes into the back of a school bus. The driver not injured, but he's getting a ticket for causing the crash. English Channel, a man falls off a boat. The blinking light on his life vest helped rescuers find him. And in space, 3 new astronauts arrive at the International Space Station. It's their home for the next 6 months. And that's your 35 on 35.
Coming up from the news station, video that will make parents cringe.
Yeah, a little girl playing outside, and then that coyote shows up.
And Central Florida is a safer place tonight. How thousands of kids are now prepared to save your life. And Thursday night football is back here on Fox 35. Here's a live look at Lambeau Field in Green Bay. The Packers are hosting the Eagles tonight. Coverage starts with Fox NFL Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Kickoff set for 8:20, and then be sure to stick around for Fox 35 News after the game.
Always monitoring, always tracking the weather authorities on Fox 35, the news station.
Fox 35 News app is driven by Toyota of Orlando and Toyota of Claremont.
Welcome back, everybody. Business is brewing. The craft beer industry contributing more than $79 billion to the U.S. economy in 2018. That's a 4% increase from the year before. Those numbers include finances and employment at breweries, wholesalers, and retailers.
Caught on camera, a coyote chasing a little girl and cops going after a suspect. Here's video hot off the feeds.
California, a police chase. The suspect jumping out of a stolen SUV. He falls to the ground and the SUV crashes into a parked truck and flips. Police arresting their suspect. Illinois, a coyote tires chasing down a 5-year-old girl. The wild animal darting towards the little girl near a tree swing. Mom did not believe it happened until she watched the video from her security camera. Australia, thousands of bees picking an unlikely place to call home. This swarm settling down on the back of an SUV.
I was just coming over to have my lunch and all of a sudden, it's a bee bombardment.
This isn't the only swarm to invade the city. A massive amount of bees took over a car nearby as well. And that's what's hot off the feeds.
On deck at 5:30, put down your phone.
Yeah, Florida's distracted driving law is about to get more strict.
And would you like to keep your relationship strong? Do the dishes and maybe a couple of other chores.
And the big story at 5:30, a hero dog dies protecting 2 kids from a venomous snake. We talk to the family next.
It's a case years in the making. An accused cop killer heads to court.
Jury selection underway as Markeith Lloyd goes on trial for the murder of his pregnant ex-girlfriend.
And he's an American icon. Now he's inspiring one local man to be a good neighbor and encourage others to do the same. Meet the man carrying on Mr. Rogers' legacy. Plus Jamie.
All right, Danielle, we are tracking the tropics as always here at Fox 35. We're going to have the latest on dangerous near Category 4 Hurricane Lorenzo, and Karen's closer to home. What's to become of these 2 tropical features? We'll start tracking both at 4.
And all your overnight news, weather, and traffic.
And it all starts tomorrow on Good Day Orlando. We'll see you at 4.
Fox 35 News is brought to you in part by Morgan & Morgan. Dial # law on your cell phone.
The big story at 5:30. A hero dog saving 2 kids from a venomous snake.
Deputies say this fugitive was on the run for 4 years. But his luck just ran out.
Can you get any more Florida than this? Publix planning a waterfront store perfect for boaters.
Tens of thousands of local kids can now save your life.
And these cute little guys were in trouble. But don't worry, they're now getting a lot of TLC.
Now, from the news station at 5:30.
The big story at 5:30, a family's dog is dead tonight after it attacked a coral snake that was getting too close to 2 children.
The news station's Jessica Elbert reports. Developing tonight, the hunt is on for 2 people who robbed bank employees in Altamont Springs. It happened at the BB&T at the corner of 436 and 434. These photos just released. 2 suspects with guns walking up to 2 employees in the parking lot. They made them go inside, took their property, and then took off in a victim's car. Now, this is very similar to yesterday's robbery outside of a bank in Osceola County. Cops are now working to see if these 2 cases are connected.
Tonight, we are learning shocking new details about the man accused of murdering his wife and her 4 kids in Marion County. According to arrest papers, Michael Jones admitted to beating his wife with a baseball bat during an argument in July, which killed her. Jones was arrested earlier this month in Georgia. Additionally, a fugitive on the run for 4 years now is behind bars.
I'm gonna tase you. Stop! 1, 2. Stay there. Do not move. Do not move. Put your hands behind your back.
Flagler County deputies arresting 24-year-old Michael Ross. They say they tried to pull him over because he was speeding, but he didn't stop and later crashed. He tried to run, but as you see, did not get far.
Orlando Mayor Buddy Dyer introducing the city's new fire chief today. Benjamin Barksdale Jr. will officially start on November 15th. He began his firefighting career back in 1987.
Orlando Fire Department has a strong reputation of excellence, as the mayor has stated, with its Class 1 rating and being nationally accredited. Those are two of the holy grail positions in the fire service.
Barksdale is currently a fire chief in Maryland.
Thousands of local kids are now ready to become heroes. The news station's Sydney Cameron reports.
Starting next week, it will be against the law to use your cell phone while driving in school zones. Lawmakers passing the bill during the 2019 session. Police will give verbal or written warnings to drivers caught breaking the law until the end of the year.
You can't have the phone in your hand at all. The only thing you can do is talk on a hands-free device. If you're holding a phone or any kind of device, you will be stopped.
Tickets will start being issued January 1st.
New video now. The Brevard County Zoo helping these sea turtles that washed ashore by heavy waves. The Turtle Healing Center caring for 39 sea turtles this week, and they're now taking them back to the ocean.
Coming up from the news station tonight, the City Beautiful looking even more beautiful tonight.
An added bonus, this new art project could save lives.
And are you lonely? Well, you're definitely not alone. Find out which generation feels lonely the most. Glenn.
All right, beautiful weather right now here in Central Florida. I have spy 2 showers up to the north. We'll talk more about the chance of rain into your weekend. It's coming up.
First, we're saving you some cash tonight in our Fox 35 Pump Patrol. Gas is $2.34 a gallon at the Murphy USA on Sarno Road and North Wickham Road in Melbourne. We'll be right back. Welcome back. A new Alexa voice and dogs getting hitched. Here's your off-the-wall news.
Nevada, it seems marriage has finally gone to the dogs. A group of dogs saying I do this week at a special commitment. The event is called Dog Bow Wow. While it is supposed to be fun, it is also about encouraging people to adopt from animal shelters. If you're getting sick of hearing the same Alexa voice, here's some good news. Samuel L. Jackson's smooth baritone will soon be an option for Amazon Alexa users. Jackson's voice can be used to tell jokes, set alarms, play music, and more. More celebrity voices coming next year. Vegas, the boot is getting the boot. Say hello to the barnacle. 750 pounds of suction cup is replacing the traditional car boot. The barnacle only comes out if someone owes more than $200 in parking fines. And England, it's time to espresso yourself. You can now get an espresso martini with your face in foam on top. The bartender takes a selfie from your phone and puts it into a machine, then prints out a selfie on top of your drink. So now people are taking photos of their selfies that are on top of drinks. And that's your off-the-wall news.
In case the selfie isn't enough, now you can have your selfie and take a selfie of your selfie on your drink.
Yeah,
Isn't that great?
See what's happened. See how far it's gone. Still
Slippery
to come from
slope.
the news station. Yeah, looking for love in all the wrong places.
Yeah, the feds filing a lawsuit against Match.com. What that company is accused of doing ahead.
Artistic crosswalks being painted in Orlando. I'm Robert Guadarrama. Why this is so much more than art. Coming up.
Fox 35 News is brought to you in part by Morgan & Morgan. Dial pound law on your cell phone.
Coming up, didn't make the grade. Less than a 2.0 GPA keeps kids from the school dance. One mom's response about her child's learning disability next on the News Edge.
We are following some breaking news tonight. These are live pictures from the scene. Sky Fox is over a big fire in DeBerry right now. You can see that something is burning, but there are a lot of trees. What that is a home. Now, there are a lot of trees around it, so the potential of this thing spreading is likely great. Several fire trucks are on the scene tonight. We're watching this very closely, and we'll have more coming up on the News Edge at 6. Well, coming up now from the news station, Publix by boat.
The chain thinking about building a waterfront store, and we are going to show you the plans.
Here's tonight's prime time on Fox 35. At 7:30, catch Thursday Night Football on Fox as the Philadelphia Eagles take on the Green Bay Packers. That's tonight, right here on Fox 35.
Welcome back, everybody. Trending tonight, Publix is planning to build a waterfront store in Hollywood, Florida. According to the Orlando Sentinel, boaters will be able to dock there, then go in and shop. Developers are still working on permits and plans, but they hope to start building it next year.
The Federal Trade Commission suing the owner of Match.com for promoting fake accounts. The government says the site relied on fake accounts to get new users to start paying for the service. Nearly 500,000 people subscribed after receiving messages from bogus profiles.
I'm Stephen Houck. Here are the stories we're working on for the News Edge at 6. Fox 35 investigating after a school fails to report a school threat. Is there a protocol for schools when it comes to these situations? And Just One Station looking into a school policy about who's allowed to go to school dances. Are good grades the only way in? Plus, Florida's first vaping victim. What the federal government is planning to do to address this issue. That's just moments away on the News Edge at 6.
Welcome back, everybody. Millennials are lonely, and a job with some tasty perks. Here's what you need to know.
Hi, everybody. I'm Danielle Knox. Here's your chance at your ultimate dream job. Domino's is hiring just one person to be its chief garlic bread taste tester. The once-in-a-lifetime gig requires you to indulge in foods created by the pizza chain for 7 hours straight and then give your honest opinion on how it all tastes. Now, the listing requires all candidates to have working taste buds, check, a love for carbs, check, and garlic, check, and a history of reviewing other people's food choices. The job is just only for one day, though, and it's only offered to people currently living in Australia, so no plane ticket included. Breaking up is hard to do, we all know that, but doing chores is apparently even harder. 1/3 of Americans say they've ended relationships because somebody didn't wash the dishes regularly. Analysts found tidying up can cause those tiffs. Over 65% of people say they fought with their partner over cleaning. The main problems? Dishes being left in the sink, the toilet seat being left up, and the refrigerator door being not fully closed. All that enough to leave you lonely. Well, 1 is the loneliest number, and it seems an entire generation is not alone when it comes to feeling lonely. According to a new survey of U.S. adults, millennials are the loneliest generation. The YouGov poll found 30% of millennials said that they always feel lonely, compared to just 20% of Generation X and just 15% of baby boomers. The poll is the latest piece of research to show that loneliness is a growing public health problem. And so that's something they say that we really need to look out for in terms of bringing people into our circle. And that's what you need to know.
That's a wrap at 5. Stephen and Luann are next with the News Edge at 6.
Right now.